Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. I am your host, as always. I am David Hittle, a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville, and today is National Cheeseburger Day. So, in the event that you have a favorite cheeseburger destination, favorite cheeseburger restaurant, make sure to go out there today, especially, and support that restaurant on National Cheeseburger Day. So, today we are going to talk about how buyers are regaining some of their negotiation power in today's housing market. We're also going to talk about what a crucial step is in the home buying process that you need to accomplish and need to complete prior to moving on with your home purchase. And finally, we're going to talk about 3 things that buyers can do right now, today, in today's market that can help them win the day. So this is David Hittle. This is the David Hittle Real Estate Show. Let's get going. But first, if you have a real estate need, whether you're looking to buy a home, whether you're looking to sell a home, whether you're thinking about buying your first investment property, vacation home, maybe you need a horse property because you have a ton of horses or you want to have a ton of horses, you can find it all at Shopkentuckyhomes.com. All spelled out, all one word, Shopkentuckyhomes.com. And on that website, you can search for probably days, weeks, months, years, probably, for everything you need real estate wise. You can get a home valuation, you can get a property valuation. You can find your next home at shopkentuckyhomes.com, and I hope you will, and I hope you'll use David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville as your next realtor. So let's get started today. These are 3 things. There are probably way more than 3 things, but these are 3 things that buyers can do in today's housing market to succeed in their journey, home ownership journey, the American dream of home ownership. So it's clear now that the 2022 housing market has been defined by rising mortgage rates, and they are rising. With rates on the rise, it's also becoming more costly to purchase a home. According to the National Association of Realtors, which I am a member of, compared to 1 year ago, the monthly mortgage payment has risen to $1,944 from $1,265, an increase of 53.7%. So with that being said, and you're still thinking of buying a home or have been trying, that is a huge increase in monthly payment. It may be causing you to press pause on your plans. This jump is making homes less affordable, especially compared to the last 2 years when mortgage rates were at historic lows. However, the good news is that you can navigate today's housing market and this rising rate environment with a few simple steps. And here are the 3 things you may want to consider to help make your home ownership goals a reality. Number 1, expand your search area and criteria. So if you've been looking for a home in the city center or a specific area that's starting to feel out of your price range, you may want to try looking a little further out in a location that could be more affordable. Me and my wife, when we purchased our new home, we did not consider Louisville because Louisville's new construction homes were $20, $30, $40, $50,000 more than just moving out here to Shelby County. Now, preferably, I want to live in Shelby County anyway, and now we live in Shelby County. The wife, she really liked the city. She really liked living in Louisville. But when it came to the affordability question, it made no sense at all for me and eventually for her to pay $30, $40, or $50,000 more to live in Louisville compared to coming out here to beautiful, quiet Shelby County. So that's what we did. Expanding your search location or reprioritizing the items on your wish list can open up opportunities you haven't considered, and that could help you afford more of what you need and want in a home. So the wonderful thing about the Louisville and surrounding area is that getting outside of Louisville, you start to enter into USDA rural areas. A lot of parts of Bullitt County are USDA qualified rural areas, meaning 0% down payment. Now, your monthly payment is affected by the mortgage rates, but not having to put anything down on a home may actually help you afford more home as well. If you're not bound by that 3.5% interest rate or 3.5% down payment or that 5% down payment or the myth that you have to put 20% as a down payment, if you're not bound by that, you may be able to get more home. And if you just happen to have some money stashed away that you've been saving for your first home purchase or your next home purchase, putting that amount of money as a down payment will also reduce your overall loan, which will reduce your overall monthly payment. It's all about what that final loan amount is, and then you tack on the interest rate to that number rather than your final home purchase. So, for instance, if you're wanting to purchase a $200,000 home and you put $100,000 down on the home because you've been saving your money, you're only receiving a mortgage for $100,000 versus $200,000 and having that higher payment. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you are shopping for your home. And of course, be honest with your realtor, be honest with your lender, and make sure that we know where all the money is and that you may have some extra money to get the home that you actually want. So again, expanding your search location, reprioritizing the items on your wish list can open up opportunities you haven't considered. Consider this from CNET.com. They say, quote, area growth is likely to keep pace with the market, which means that the outskirts of town might be hopping within 5 years. Consider stepping out of your ideal location by searching in the nearby cities. You may find better prices and more square footage. Number 2 thing to consider is explore alternative financing options. I just talked about this with USDA rural housing mortgages. Work with a trusted lender to learn about the different loan types and options is essential. So if you're thinking of purchasing a home, if you're thinking of selling your home and buying a new home, you need to get with your realtor, and your realtor can usually connect you with a great lender. I know I can. I can connect you with a great lender who can compete in mortgage rates, because that is the big headline right now, mortgage rates. So we want to see the competition for the mortgage rates. And my guy can Nerd Wallet, they say, quote, a variety of mortgages are available with varying down payment and eligibility requirements. There are. If you are a veteran, for instance, you may be able to get a 0% down loan if you qualify. If you're looking into a rural area such as Shelbyville, a lot of areas of Shelbyville for now are USDA rural areas. If you can't do either VA or USDA, then you can consider an FHA loan, one that's backed by the federal government. They require a 3.5% down payment. If you can't do FHA, then you can look at a conventional loan. If you can do conventional, you can do FHA normally, but you can also look into a conventional loan, which usually require about a 5% down payment minimum. So you have a variety of options, and notice I didn't say 20% for any of those. There is no loan that requires a 20% down payment unless you're talking a big jumbo loan, and not even those require a 20% down payment. It's all about what product you're looking at. Experts know how to point you in the right direction when it comes to exploring ways to find the best home loan for your situation. So with these rising mortgage rates making it more costly to finance a home today, there may be an ideal option out there that your loan officer, your lender, can introduce you to. And this could make a home purchase more affordable and within your financial reach over the life of your loan. And finally, the third thing you need to consider is looking for grants, gift funds, and down payment assistance, because there are also many options when it comes to securing the funding you need. Here in Kentucky, we have the KHC Down Payment Assistance Program for home buyers. I received it. This is my second home. I received it on my second home. It provided me the money up front to be able to have for my down payment and some of my closing costs. So there are plenty of assistance programs, and one valuable resource that you can explore is downpaymentresource.com. You can search when it comes to taking your first step towards home ownership. As the National Association of Realtors indicates yet again, many local governments and nonprofit organizations offer down payment assistance grants and loans targeted to area borrowers and often with specific borrower requirements. Plus, there are programs and special benefits for individuals working in certain professions or with unique statuses, including teachers, doctors, nurses, and veterans. So ultimately, this may mean that there are federal, state, and local programs available for you to explore. The best way to do that is to connect with a local real estate professional and get connected with your lender to learn more about what's available in your area. So the bottom line here is, if you've been searching for a home and you have found yourself stepping out of the process because you are worried about rising costs, let's connect, because having a team of local advisors on your side may be just what you need to guide your search in a new and more affordable direction. And that's especially needed today. This week, mortgage interest rates hit the highest rate that they have hit since 2008. They hit 6.02%. Now, 6.02% is a high number. It means that mortgage interest rates have climbed to historic highs. But they're only historic highs over the past maybe decade. If you speak with your parents, speak with your grandparents, they will probably tell you of the days when mortgage interest rates were 10, 15, and 20%, and people were still buying homes. So 6% is higher than we would like, but these rates may moderate soon. The prices are likely not going to moderate anytime you'll demand or to keep up with demand. And until the supply can keep up with the demand, we're going to see prices continue to rise, which means homeowners, if you're hanging on to your home, you are still gaining that equity. You're still gaining that equity, gaining that profit that you will be able to take away once you sell your home in the future. I completely understand everyone's objections and everyone's goals in this process. So, if you would like to just get your home valuation, you can visit my website, Shopkentuckyhomes.com, and you'll click on sell at the top of the page, and it'll ask you for your address, and you'll put your address in there, and within a few minutes you should be emailed a computer generated home valuation. Now, I will review that home valuation, and if you reach out to me after you submit it, I will review the home valuation and make sure that it is as accurate as possible. All you have to do is visit my website, shopkentuckyhomes.com, click on sell at the top of the page, and put in your address to receive your free computer generated home valuation. A crucial step in the home ownership journey, or the journey to home ownership, is receiving your mortgage pre-approval. So your mortgage pre-approval means a lender has reviewed your finances and has determined how much you are qualified to borrow. Factors that may impact your pre-approval include income, debt, those are the two big ones, assets, how much money you got sitting around, credit history, another big one, and employment. Income, debt, assets, credit history, and employment. The benefits of the pre-approval are, of course, it gives you clarity when determining your home buying budget. It helps sellers know that your offer is serious, and you can be more confident in your ability to secure a loan. So connect with your trusted real estate professional today. I hope that is me, to learn more and to start your home buying process today. Don't go it alone. If you're buying a home, you do not want to try to negotiate all these things in a time where home sellers still think they should be receiving top dollar for their homes, even though mortgage rates are high, demand may be waning a little bit. You do not want to be negotiating against a seller who thinks they deserve top dollar for their home that has been on the market for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So reach out to David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville. Let him be your negotiation partner and let him connect you with the trusted people in the industry that can make your home ownership journey and home ownership for you a reality. So finally today, buyers are regaining some of their negotiation power in today's housing market. This is why you need a realtor. You need a real estate agent, especially you need a realtor, someone who has to put your best interests ahead of anybody else's. That is a realtor. If you are thinking about buying a home today, there is welcome news for you. Even though it is still a seller's market, it's a more moderate seller's market than last year. And the days of feeling like you may need to waive contingencies or pay drastically over asking price to get your offer considered may be coming to a close. The days of bidding wars may be coming to a close because there are now less buyers who can afford to be in the market. Today, you should have less competition, and more negotiating power as a buyer. That's because the intensity of buyer demand and bidding wars is easing this year. So if bidding wars were the biggest factor that had you sitting on the sidelines, here are two trends that may be just what you need to re-enter this market. The return of contingencies. Over the last 2 years, more buyers were willing to skip important steps in the home buying process, like skipping the appraisal or skipping the inspection or trying to win a bidding war. But now fewer people are waiving the inspection and appraisal contingency. The latest data from the National Association of Realtors, again, which I am a member of, shows the percentage of buyers waiving their home inspection and appraisal is declining. And a recent survey from Realtor.com confirms more sellers are accepting offers that include these conditions today. According to their August study, 95% of sellers reported buyers requested a home inspection. 67% of sellers negotiated with buyers on repairs of the inspection findings. This goes to show that buyers are more able to include these conditions in their offers today and negotiate as needed based on the outcome of an inspection. Number two is that sellers are more willing to help with closing costs now. Generally, closing costs range from between 2 and 5% of the purchase price of the home. Before the pandemic, it was a common negotiation tactic for sellers to cover some of the buyer's closing costs to sweeten this deal. This didn't happen as much during the peak buyer frenzy over the past 2 years. Today, as the market is shifting and demand is slowing, data from Realtor.com suggests that that is making a comeback. A recent article shows that 32% of sellers paid some or all of their buyer's closing costs. This may be a negotiation tool you'll see as you go to purchase a home. Just keep in mind, limits on closing cost credit are set by the lender and can vary by state to state and loan type. So work closely with your loan officer to understand how much a seller can contribute to closing costs in your area. So the bottom line here is this: buyers are regaining some of the negotiation tactics that we were all using prior to the pandemic. So regardless of the extremely competitive housing market of the past several years, today's data suggests that negotiations are starting to come back on the table. And this is good news if you are planning to enter the housing market. So to find out how the market is shifting in our area, we should connect. We can connect today over a cheeseburger since it's National Cheeseburger Day if you would like. But we should connect either way to make sure that you have the right negotiation partner in your corner to make sure that you get, as the buyer, the best possible deal that you can get. So this is David Hittle with United Real Estate Louisville. I want to thank all of you for taking a few moments to step away from football. I know it's Sunday. I know it's football season. I was watching football 2 minutes before this show started, so I understand. But I thank you for taking a few minutes to step away to listen and watch the David Hittle Real Estate Show. If you missed it, you can go back and catch it either on Facebook and or on YouTube. So until next week is Rivers Day, National Rivers Day. We'll talk about rivers next week. So until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. If you had me in the background while football was playing on the TV, I understand completely. Until next week, I want to thank you. Please visit my website, Shopkentuckyhomes.com. And until next week, I thank you all. Enjoy this weather. It looks like fall is on its way. And have a great one. Take care.